Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I want to talk to you about something we are all facing currently, which is picking Christmas gifts for your friends and family. Now I can't give you the best advice when it comes to Christmas gifts for your grandma, but what I can do is I can recommend you some nice gadgets for your photography friends. And don't worry, we are going from cheap to expensive, so there will be something for everyone. And before we start, I just quickly wanted to say you can find all the products I'm talking about in the video description down below. And everything I will be recommending today are things that I'm using myself, so everything you will find linked below is actually the stuff that I use, so that I can guarantee that it's good. Okay, let's start with the first item on my list for today, which is a lens cleaning kit. Now, lens cleaning kits come in various different forms, shapes and sizes, but all of them serve pretty much the same purpose. They include things like dust puffers, microfiber cloths, and it's just something I'd recommend you to carry around because you never know when it's going to rain and you want to wipe off some drops from your lens without scratching the glass. Or when you get some dirt on your lens which you just wanted to clean off quickly, then those kits can come in really handy. And also the dust puffers are really great, and it doesn't really matter how expensive the one is you're using. You can use one for $2 and you can use one for $20, and they will do basically the same, which is blowing dust off your lenses and your camera sensor without damaging it in any way. So yeah, a lens cleaning kit is something that every photographer should carry around and something every photographer needs. So if your photography friend doesn't have a lens cleaning kit, you should go out and buy him one, because let's be honest, we all need clean gear, right? The next thing on my list is something that especially us car photographers need every single day, and that's a polarizing filter. You have seen me using polarizers in the past a lot of times, and I would say in almost every of my automotive photography videos I've been using one. There are a lot of different types of filters, but I'm just talking about the polarizers right here. There are also things like mist filters and ND filters, which can be great as well, but I'm just keeping it on polarizers here. A polarizer or polarizing filter, it's the same, it's just a cooler name, will remove all the reflections out of reflective surfaces such as water or car paint, for example, or windows and glass in general. So whenever you want to get rid of reflections, you should definitely use a polarizer. And as you can see, I'm using a lot of them myself. Here's one, here's the second, there's the third, and in my bag there are even more. I definitely recommend you to use polarizers or to buy them as a gift for your friends, especially if they are doing car photography. Because, you know, I know what I'm talking about because I'm a professional, right? Now let's move on to the third item on today's list, which is a hand sling. It's not for everyone, as I've learned, because for me it's distracting and annoying, but there are people out there who really love it. My girlfriend, for example, she always has her hand strap on just so she doesn't drop her camera. And if you want to get a hand strap for your photography friend, I will definitely recommend you to go for this one right here. As you can see by this little logo here, this is the Peak Design hand strap, and it's just hands down the best hand strap I've ever seen. It's super easy to attach it to your camera and also to detach it if you want to like put the camera away or something. You can just leave this on your wrist and disconnect the camera. Build quality is amazing, and I would trust this in every single situation. Like, there's no scenario that I could think of where this like rips apart or something. It's just built like a tank. That's why I can definitely recommend this if you have someone who's looking for a way to secure their camera. Okay, moving on to item number 4, and that's light. Now, obviously you can't just buy a handful of light on Amazon. That would be kinda cool, honestly. But what you can buy is light bars or light cubes in particular. When it comes to light bars, I don't have something that I know of that's really like hyped and the go-to in the scene. But there's one that I'm using that I've bought off of Amazon, and it works amazingly. And the price was really good for what it is. Unfortunately, I've been searching it up on Amazon just like 2 minutes ago and I couldn't find it anymore, so I'm afraid it's like discontinued or not available anymore. There are just a lot of other light bars you can find out there. I think they are all pretty much the same. I will not go ahead right now and recommend you a specific model that I haven't tested. And there's also another option, which is like light cubes or light paints. There are the Luma cubes, for example. They are really famous. They work amazingly. I had 2 myself. They're super bright. The battery lives quite a long time, and you can definitely get super creative with light devices like those. Item number 5 is also somewhat security related, because it allows you to track your camera back and to find it when you've lost it, or of course also to detect when someone steals it. And that's, as you might already expect, An AirTag. Of course, AirTags are only interesting to those who use Apple devices, an iPhone especially, because they don't work with Android devices, unfortunately. But if you or your friend, if you want to buy it as a gift, owns an iPhone, that's definitely something I would recommend you. There already have been situations where this literally saved me, because whenever your iPhone detects that you are leaving the AirTag, it can give you a little notification, and that can be super helpful, especially if you are planning on going to a shoot and you need several bags and you don't want to forget one. Then it's really handy, because there have been situations where I've been like walking to my car and my iPhone was like, oh, you forgot your photography bag. I know this sounds stupid, but it can really save your ass. And as said, especially when someone tries to steal your stuff, you can still track it. That's why I would also recommend you to put this in a place in your bag that no one can find, because as AirTags and tracking devices like this are getting more common, I'm sure that criminals will start to search your bag for tags like this or for other types of GPS trackers so they can throw it away. So if you're planning on putting this into your bag, just put it somewhere where no one can find it. And now on to our final item on today's list, which is storage. Everyone who's taken a lot of photos also produces a lot of data. And if you're just a little bit like me and you're keeping all your raw photos and raw videos, know exactly how important it is to have a lot of external storage for your stuff. That's why I'm recommending you 2 different types of drives depending on the use case. First off, there is the Samsung T5 SSD. They are super small, lightweight, really super fast. I'm editing off of these, like my 4K footage from the Canon R5, which I'm recording right now. I'm editing this from the T5 SSD without copying it to the Mac, and it works amazingly. So if you want to have a fast drive that can also be used to work from it without copying anything to your local machine, then this is definitely my go-to recommendation. And then there's also the bigger brother, so to say, which is the LaCie rugged drives, I think they are called. Now, the LaCies aren't SSDs, they are actually HDDs, which means they are way slower, but you can get them with huge amounts of storage for fairly cheap. I know there are cheaper options out there, but the LaCies, I trust them, and I think that you should too. I'm always buying the 5TB version of the LaCie, which you will find linked down below, and this lasts me for about a year. And they are also like with this rubber shielding all around, so if it falls down it doesn't instantly break. So if you want to buy something that can hold your data for a long time, I would definitely go for the LaCie. And if you need something that's fast and you can work off of it, then I would go with the Samsung T5. Okay, so that's it for today's video. I hope my list included something you like or something that you want to buy for Christmas right now. And if you did, I would highly appreciate if you could give this video a thumbs up and also sub to my channel. And with all that said and done, Merry Christmas to you and your family and all of your friends. Have an amazing day, enjoy the holidays, and I will see you in the next video.